Thought I'd start this video just to say that no one gives me any of the products that I talk about. It's just what I use. Some have been recommended by friends. Then I look into it and go on the internet and search and look at videos and do all that sort of stuff. And you know, you don't have to believe me, but these mats are definitely work a charm, especially for a newbie like myself. I get results with them. Quite happy with it. Since the last time I was here, someone's been here prospecting by the looks of it. Don't know what they've been looking for, but normally when someone tips piles like that, they're looking for gems. So maybe someone was here trying to get some gems. Don't know if there is any gems here, but maybe that's what they're up to. Could be wrong, but normally you use your classifier and flip them over, and the gems normally will be in the center of the piles, but just unusual two piles like this side by side. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video today. It's just going to be a quick one, and yeah. Okay, I'm down at Warrandyte this morning. Not going to be doing any prospecting down here, just needed a bit of water. I've got a new mat. It's a micro cell mat from Gold Rat. It's actually made for the Gold Cube. I've cut it down to fit my 6-inch sluice. Got a pan at the bottom just to catch everything that goes through. Don't really think it was designed to run like this, but I don't know, try something different. Just noticed the brick in here. It's got a Box Hill. So obviously that's the old brickworks at Box Hill. It's no longer there. Got these cons that are from Reedy Creek. I'm just using a little spoon, and I'll just be dropping them in nice and slowly. Too much, but I did a little bit of a test before. That's the blondes, the sand, the heavy sand that's made through. There's a little bit of black sand that's gone through as well. I can see a little bit of colour up here, which is good. I'm going to take my time, let this stuff clear out, and obviously I shouldn't lose anything having the pan at the base. And I'll just have a little bit of a play, let this clean out for a little while, then I'll just keep feeding it until I get through all that, and see how we go. I've just put a little bit of quartz down the bottom here. Probably not ideal, but it's getting a little bit of floating with the mat. But otherwise, it's looking like it's running pretty good. Got a bit of colour up here. Don't really see too much colour down in the cells down here, but I'll just keep slowly feeding and see how she goes. It's all going into my pan at the bottom. I'll should be able to, hopefully a lot easier to pan that out. Hopefully should be a lot lighter material, and then yeah, we'll see how we go. Okay, I've run my bucket, well, a little bit in the bucket that I had. I ended up taking the rock away from the bottom of the mat there. It's just causing more grief than the mat floating just that little tad. It's just something I'm going to have to work out on my setup. I don't think I've really got enough water here today. That's my biggest issue. I reckon it needs a little bit more water. But I can see the mat's doing its job. Getting a lot of the black sands and stuff down the bottom here. I'll move them down just so the mat can clear off a bit more. Definitely is working well. I'll start at the bottom here. You can see it's showing a bit of colour there, so there is a little bit of colour, but as I said, a lot of that I think is because my mat's floating a little bit. I don't think I've got the right angle on it. Yeah, so, but I was told that you probably want to run your cons maybe 3 or 4 times through the mat here. You know, this is for really a recirculation system, not really for what I'm doing with it, but I do things a little bit differently. Should be able to see a lot of colour there, so it's quite impressive when you see it like that. There's plenty of colour. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with, I'll try and get the camera down close to see if you can see the cells moving around. It's a bit tricky. I wish I had better light, but there's plenty of gold there. Especially seeing that, looks quite nice. I do believe you can get a green mat as well. If I knew that, I probably would have got a green one, but the black's fine. You know, makes it a little bit trickier to see the gold, but when you see that much gold, and that's only very fine gold. It's not like big chunky pieces. That's all little fine bits that are all gathered together. Looks pretty impressive. So just looking down here into the pan, I don't really see any gold. There might be a flake or two, something that I'll check out after. But what I'll do is clean the mat out. I'll get that pan, I'll put that pan back into my little bucket that I had with the concentrates, and then I'll pan out what I've got in the mat and see how much like black sand is there, how much sand is still left in the mat, and how much gold is there. As I said, I know I'm going to have to do this 3 or 4 times. Won't be doing it 3 or 4 times today. This is just a little bit of a test run. And yeah, I'll come back when I've got this stuff in the pan. Okay, I've cleaned up the mat. This is the mat itself. Probably a lot easier to see now that it's not running in the water. I've just cut it to fit me 6-inch sluice. These are the cons that I got left with. So there's not much. There is still a fair bit of black sand in there, but look, this is to really run as in a recon sort of sluice setup, not for what I'm doing. And you'd probably want to run it through a few times to get rid of all the black sand. But as you go, I suppose you'd be sucking up your, you know, you'd be making two little bits. One with a lot of the gold concentrates, like what I'll do today. I'll just suck up as much as I can in the bottle. Just giving it a bit of a shake to separate the gold from the black sand. Hopefully you should be able to tell it's super fine. It's just a quick setup, you know, quick little shake there. Some of the gold's even floating. A lot of the gold's now floating. It's going to be hard to see with the reflection here, but hopefully you should be able to see right there. Gold's floating. But yeah, so as for a first run and a bit of a test, I'm quite impressed. And the amount of cons now that I've got is a lot easier, so I can manage that a bit easier, panning it and separating the gold from the black sand. The majority of me concentrates from what I had before. I'm going to, I went through this, there's maybe a couple of little specks of gold in there, but pretty much nearly all my cons are still in there. Now I've reduced the cons to, you know, maybe I'd say 1/10 of what I'd started with, and maybe lost 10 or 15 specks, and I reckon a lot of that was from just my my setup more than anything. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, I'll see you all later.